Hi, my name is Dan, coming to you for Stevensville's Board Game Cafe. Every Friday night we are open at the Village Church right on Stevensville Road from 6:30 to 10:30. Just a chance to drop in and grab a coffee, grab some friends, and play some games. We have almost 200 games to choose from, and so we thought we'd showcase some of the games so you can have an idea of what we have to offer. So the game that I'm going to share with you this week is Codenames. It's a fairly popular game right now. It's a great party game, as well as has some good strategy to it. So it's really fun for everybody at any sort of game level, whether you're a first-time gamer, you don't really like games that much, or you just enjoy hanging out with friends. It's really fun for everybody. So basically you would divide into two teams, and the job of your team is to try to guess the secret agents that you have represented on the board. Basically, you would set out cards of a 5x5 grid, and that would represent secret agents in the field and their code names. They're just words like tower, dinosaur, vacuum, chest, file, a number of different words, and there's a bunch of decks that come in the box. Basically, one person from each team would be your spy master or your clue giver, and would essentially try to get your team to guess which agents are in the field that have these secret code names. And so that's represented by this key card. And so only the spy masters for each team, or the clue givers, would look at this key card, and essentially it has a grid, you'll see right there, that's represented for each card. So the blue squares represent the cards that the blue team needs to guess, and the red squares represent the red cards that the red team needs to guess. The beige spaces are innocent bystanders, so they're not spies, and so if you happen to guess that, basically you would have a wrong guess, you'd place this innocent bystander card on that clue, and then your team would end their turn. As long as you continue to guess correctly, you can continue to place your team's token on the spaces. So the way you lock in a guess is by touching the card. If it's the correct card, as indicated by the key card, then you'll place your team's token on it. If it happens to be the other team's card and they've guessed wrong, the other team would place their token on it, and then your team would effectively end their turn, and the other team would begin. There is one space that's marked by a black X, and that is the assassin square. So you want to avoid that card and the word that's on that card. So for this card, the square is vacuum. So you wouldn't want to give any sort of clues that would cause them to maybe guess vacuum, because then you'd place this token on it, and that would end the game. Your team loses because they've chosen the assassin card. Now the way you give clues is simply giving a one-word clue that will help them to identify your secret agents in the field or that are on the table. So for example, on this board, the blue team has the word England, they have the word America, and they have the word Hollywood. So I might look at those three cards and say, okay, my word is geography for three cards. So I want them to think of the word geography and link three cards with that word. And so hopefully if they're perceptive and they will notice that, hey, there's three places, three cities or countries or geographic locations listed on these cards, and so they will lock in those guesses, and then if they're correct, I place the tokens on it that represent our team. If they do guess the red team, another card that is not that, say they guess tower for whatever reason, I would put the red team's token on it, and if it's an innocent bystander, those two wrong guesses end the turn. Essentially, the first team to identify all their agents in the field wins the game. You can do as many or as few cards as you like, so you can give a clue for one card or two or three. One other option is that if you happen to miss a card that a player was thinking of, and so for geography you guessed maybe England and you guessed America but you didn't guess Hollywood, then you know that there's one card still remaining that wasn't guessed in a previous round. And so for the next round, after you complete all your successful guesses, you're allowed one extra guess to compensate for the card that you didn't get on a previous turn in the game. So that's an important sort of strategy to remember. As well, you know the team that goes first is indicated by the colored lights that's on the edge of the key card. And so if it's red on the outside, then the red team goes first. If it's blue on the outside, blue team goes first. So there's one extra double-sided agent card that whoever goes first would take that card and flip it to their respective team color's side because they'll have one extra agent to guess in that turn for going first. So that's basically Codenames in a nutshell. And the winner is the first team to get rid of all their tokens. There is a sand timer for teams that take a little bit long in guessing or coming up with a clue. You can start them on that sand timer to allow just for the game to go a little bit quicker. I really like to play this game cooperatively as well. So you can divide into two teams, but I find it really fun just to have the two spy masters go against one another with the key card, and then have everybody at the table, everybody in the room, try to guess what those two spy masters are trying to communicate. And so basically it's the spy masters going against each other, and the whole room gets to participate. That way everybody is kind of involved in the game at the same time. So in honor of this sort of first summary or game showcase that we're doing for the Stevensville Board Game Cafe, we're actually going to be giving away a copy of Codenames. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to comment on this video and share this video as well as like this video, and you will be entered in a contest to receive your very own copy of Codenames that will be given out this coming Friday for our Board Game Cafe. So be sure to be there and win your copy of Codenames today.